There's nothing else?
Nope, just friendship.
Las Pegasus?
It's just one big party.
All those lights and sounds?
Fluttershy's social anxiety makes sense, but what does Applejack have against parties? Graphite timber.
I know Las Pegasus doesn't seem like either of your cups of tea.
Twilight, the only tea AJ's drinking is applesauce. This vacation destination in the clouds lacks any safety precautions for the many ponies who can't walk on clouds. You'd think someone with magic powers could find really high-level jobs, but this door pony uses psychic powers to know when guests are approaching. You would expect this camera's flash to brighten up the subject directly in front of it, when in fact it's bright enough to blind all of Equestria.
You know who we are?
I'm what you might call a friendship connoisseur.
Oh no, judging by that, the flashy outfit, and the outgoing personality, he's an analysis brony. This absolute mad lad announces a special on apple fritters, then takes Applejack in the opposite direction. Nice establishment you have here, Mr. Gladmane. However, it appears you have an insect problem, judging by the bug on the camera lens.
If this pony calls you friend, you're welcome backstage anytime.
Gladmane just got done calling every pony his friend.
But I can't help but thinking of each and every one of you as friends.
Must get really crowded backstage,
I've never seen a pink prairie dog before.
implying she has seen the white one with pink stripes. Here's why characters normally blink while shifting their gaze. Somehow having his employees loudly arguing like this is all part of Gladmane's plan. You'd think the angry shouting about price gouging charlatans would hurt his hotel's image, or at the very least prompt some negative reviews.
Why, if they ever did work together, they'd be running this place in 2 shakes.
Gladmane spoils the episode's plot, all for the sake of self-incriminating foreshadowing.
I'm never speaking to that pony again!
The very next time we see them, they speak to each other. This mare looks way too happy to be trapped in a machine with no apparent means of escape. The Anti-Brony Lounge.
Ta-da!
This rabbit having a voice is much more impressive than the acrobatics or magic trick itself. It even verbally talks to Fluttershy later on.
Shouldn't some pony do something?
Applejack poses a 4-word question, and this production assistant responds with a rich backstory and plot recap. Leave it to the PA to have a cutie mark that is easily mistaken for a noose. This overdramatic and needlessly hostile argument should have been more along the lines of, "Hey, Gladmane said you wanted to do it this way. I never said that way. Okay, let's go ask Gladmane why he keeps lying to us."
2 friendship problems? In the same theater? Now we're talking!
Celebration of other ponies' misfortune because your job depends on it. Fluttershy and Applejack stop at the buffet table to have a nice, long conversation. This officially makes them the worst kind of people. Scene begins with Flynn telling Applejack they don't trust her by saying she's just some pony off the street. Then a few moments later, they suddenly remember she can't lie and is in fact a main character. Leave it to the greedy sales ponies to forget who Applejack is.
Because the only problem I have is standing right there.
Same here, Buster.
Flim proves his brother is the smart one by agreeing with that statement. Both Flim and Flam openly discuss things Gladmane accused them of saying. They refuse to believe Gladmane would lie, even though each of them is claiming the other said something they didn't.
And if I'm telling you he said it, you know it's the absolute truth because
You never lie!
It was very fortunate that they finished her sentence for her. Had she claimed to never lie, that'd make at least 2.
What size gown do you wear?
Oh, you know, the same every other default mare wears. Fluttershy's disguise vanishes for a moment. Strange for him to have an office with 0 privacy like this. Also, instead of facing the window to overlook his hotel can only try to overlook him. Great job, you two. Real hide-and-seek champions here. Why would their plan involve Gladmane believing they were hoping he would confess to manipulating ponies to argue right in front of a competitor and also right in front of one of the ponies he's been manipulating? Because story before logic, that's why. Remember, this is all a ruse, and they expected this part to happen. Their fake reaction of defeat is solely for us. Stage 2 of the Friendship Gang's plot is even lamer. For one, Fluttershy isn't even pushing the button for most of his confession. She has to carefully press the button while he's not looking, which means the confession cuts out the most important bits and would sound more like this.
You're the only ponies to ever figure out the secret to my success.
All of Las Pegasus will be mine.
Except for all the times he's clearly facing Fluttershy and somehow doesn't see her leaning on his desk to push the button. He also somehow didn't hear the speakers, which are mounted just outside his window. Not only that, but the microphone somehow picks up any voice in the room, even when far away and facing the opposite direction. But the biggest sin of all is that Fluttershy and Applejack's master plan is to simply walk in and hope he would confess unprompted. He just happened to be sitting in his office. He just happened to not kick them off the property. He just happened to deliver this incriminating monologue for no reason. He just happened to not see Fluttershy push the button. And every pony who needed to hear this just happened to appear by the time he finishes. That's gotta be at least 5 sins. The moment Fluttershy learned from the animals that Gladmane is a liar, he could have easily been revealed. So, once again, the plot hinges upon all of these ponies being mindless dum-dums. If performers can up and leave at a moment's notice, then that's on Gladmane for not having a proper contract in place. Doesn't that make him a better employer than most for retaining employees through kindness and not through force?
Gladmane has left the building.
In Equestria, leaving the building means you no longer legally own the property. It also grants others the right to topple your statue like some kind of unstable dictatorship. Maybe the first to put a new statue up gets to be the new owner. Introducing the most pointless split-screen effect of all time, which immediately cuts to a shot where they're both visible anyway. Microphone randomly switches on and off, except for here where it enters a quantum state of on and off at the same time.
If it weren't for your history with Flim and Flam, you never would have been so determined to find some pony else to help.
The map actually brought Applejack here because it somehow knew her bias against helping ponies would be of use. Wouldn't the problem have been solved much sooner if it was any other pony, or even just Fluttershy on her own?
This place seems a lot more suited to Pinkie Pie.
Excuse me one second.
Attention Walmart customers, I'm very happy to announce that everybody in the store right now has just won $20. Thank you.
Oh, you can't trick a confession out of a pony like me. Oh, no. Oh, no, wait. No! Y'all come back! Come on,